Hello Blackhawks and happy Friday. We got a great show planned for you today before tonight's big game.
That's right, we have a new principal, a student with a special gift, and a local record store.
All this and more on this week's episode of the Blackhawk Buzz. Good morning, Blackhawks. I'm Jace Galvez.
I'm Jonathan Nisbet, and you're watching the Blackhawk Buzz.
This past Friday, our Blackhawk football team traveled to Moorport, California to take on the Cajon Cowboys. In a tight game, the Blackhawks pulled out the win 13-12. Senior Isaac Anderson capped the win Friday night by blocking a field goal attempt by the Cowboys with a minute and a half left. Way to go, Blackhawks.
Last week, the girls volleyball team beat Campo Verde 3-2. Today and tomorrow, the girls play in the Tournament of Champions at Red Mountain High School.
Mr. Fox has made a grand return to Williamsfield as our new principal. Kane and Braden get an inside look at his experience as a principal and what his plans are for our school in near future.
With the news on Mr. Fox's return back to Williamsfield, we got the opportunity to see what influenced him to come back, along with some of the goals in mind for this school year.
So when I was a kid in Mesa Public Schools, I was at Field Elementary. We had a principal named Dr. Hansen, and Dr. Hansen was very instrumental in me wanting to become a principal. He made it look like he was always having such a fun time, and now being a principal, I know there's a lot more that goes into the background of that, but he did such a great job just getting along with all the teachers and getting along with all the students and the families. It really inspired me to want to become a principal.
Mr. Fox's passion for becoming a principal was influenced by many outside sources during his life, but none greater than his childhood.
Childhood, I'm an Arizona native, so I've lived in Arizona my whole life. I grew up in Mesa, Arizona, went to Mesa Public Schools, and then I moved to Gilbert. And in Gilbert, I went to Gilbert Public Schools. I graduated from Gilbert High School, and then I got my degree in elementary education from ASU. But while I was doing that, I was also in a band for a long time, so we would tour around the country.
Many different interests and changes in mind, Mr. Fox is striving to make the 2022-2023 school year a year to remember.
So my vision for this school year is to get as much voice out there for students and staff as possible. I know being a part of administration before for 4 years, we didn't have as many committees on the campus as maybe we could have had. Now with committees for staff means extra hours, extra duties, and extra time that they have to spend here. However, it also means that they have more say and more involvement on the campus, and I think that's huge. What we do have here a lot of is activities for students. So I think really just finding a way to give more voice to our students. So we've always had like a club council, having an athletic council as well through Mr. Stengel.
We thank Mr. Fox for his triumphant return back to Williamsfield High School. This is Braden Braza and Kane Hawthorne reporting for the BHB. Now back to the studio.
Come see your favorite characters portrayed by your favorite Williamsfield thespians. Wednesday, Thursday, September 14th and 15th at 6 p.m. Tickets are just $3 and can be purchased online at showtixforyou.com.
With vinyl record purchases on the rise, Alex and Kyle tuned into a local record store to see how they kept their popularity in a vintage industry.
Grace Records is a store at the Santan Mall that has recently picked up a lot of business. Kyle and I decided to set the record straight on what makes them so unique.
I think if you're like a collector of like records already, this job is mostly for you. Well, we're a pretty small team. It's always small, always going to be small. Family owned, which is really cool. Not like a massive chain like a lot of other record stores.
Because they're a smaller team, they build closer relationships with their customers to keep them coming back.
I've been coming here for 4 years, I think. And if you're trying to get into records, got everything you need. You can buy a record player, you can buy a cheap one, you can buy an expensive one. And then it has any record from rap to rock, anything you want.
Grace Records has a little bit of everything for anyone.
We constantly have customers saying that we have things that other places don't have that they just can't find.
I was looking at a MF Doom t-shirt. Also saw Gorillaz, looking at that one. I'm definitely gonna come back in like a couple weeks because I was looking at a shirt in there, but they didn't have my size, so.
Grace Records happens to be very active in their own community.
So before COVID hit, we used to do like live concerts in here a lot, which was always really fun.
For all your music needs, come on down to 2200 East Williamsfield Road in Gilbert, Arizona. This is Kyle and Alex, back to the studio.
Tonight, the Blackhawk football team hosts the Chaparral Firebirds. Our very own Blackhawks are seeking revenge after last season's semifinal loss. The game starts at 7 p.m. and the theme is read out. Pack the stands and be loud.
There are many unique talents amongst students here on WFHS campus. Gabby and Amelie showcase one student's creative gift.
Music is a well-known art form loved and shared by people all over the world. For one Williamsfield student, this passion runs deeply.
I wanted to start playing at a very young age. I saw my brother playing guitar a lot, and I realized that this is absolutely amazing. I want to do this. I want to be like him, and learned.
Music style is what makes each artist unique. Every musician has their own.
My favorite type of music to write in would probably be movie scoring. I really like adding tone and mood to a piece of imagery.
Another talented musician and teacher, Mr. Warner, has the same passion for music as Tavian.
Beginning of last school year, the 21-22 school year, a young man came to me and said, "Hey, Mr. Warner, my name's Tavian Schnack, and I'd like to start a music club." Tavian was very ambitious and driven and focused in this. He took care of all the paperwork, got a couple people to join the club.
Drawing inspiration from other artists is one way to connect with the community.
Some of my musical inspirations would be someone like Benny Goodman. Another one would be Hans Zimmer. I really liked what he did with Interstellar. As of more recently, one of my inspirations would be Childish Gambino. My favorite part of making music is the process. I really enjoy having trials and errors and figuring out what works and what doesn't work, what sounds good, what vibrations feel good. For someone that wants to pursue music, I would recommend not giving up. It's really hard not to do that, but you can come to means with yourself and realize that I can do this. Don't let yourself down.
That's the end of this score. This has been Gabby and Amelie reporting for the Blackhawk Buzz. Now back to the studio.
Our Blackhawk regiment has been hard at work for this upcoming season. Jacob and Isaac take a look to see what makes the program so unique.
Marching Band is one of our most committed groups on campus. Long practices and challenging competitions have fueled the group's past success, which they are committed to maintaining.
It takes a lot to run a marching band program at the high school level now. It involves not only teaching, students in the classroom, but it also involves working with parents and working with administration and other teachers on campus.
Getting ready for the first football game has been a bit chaotic because there's a lot we need to do, like getting pep tunes for the stands, getting our show on the field for halftime.
The leaders of Marching Band devote their time and energy to making sure practices run smoothly.
A lot goes into the structure of a practice. What are the needs of the program? What are the needs of each section? And then how do we structure the rehearsal to meet the needs of each group?
Planning and attention to the structure of practice pays off as students show up prepared and ready to perform.
So you show up to practice and then get out your instrument, everything set up on the field, and then we do a little bit of music block where we rehearse playing our instrument with our sections. Then we transition into visual block where we actually get together with everybody and start the actual marching part.
Marching Band, like all other sports, requires a delicate balance to be struck within the program.
It's a balance of the drive to excel, the drive to be good at what you do, and having fun. right? It can't be all just beatings. It has to be some fun in there too. So we try to mix it up, try to have a good time, and hype on being good.
With this mindset, the program strives for success in their future endeavors and seeks to build upon their past success. This has been Isaac and Jacob. Now back to the studio.
Tonight, Link Crew is hosting a tailgate from 5 to 6 p.m. There will be pizza, Otter Pops, games, music, and more. Show up and have fun to get hyped for the big game.
The Dolce Churro Cafe is known for their ability to customize a churro the way you want it. Jonathan and I went to see what treats and flavors they have to offer. Churros have been a very popular treat across the world since they were first invented by the Spanish in the 16th century. Over time, they have changed to fit the needs of different people from different cultures. Different people from different places.
So what I wanted to do here is more of a international variety.
From 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. It is a fun place to enjoy a sugary treat with friends or family. This is Jason Jonathan reporting for the BHB. Now back to the studio.
Our very own swim team has been working hard to compete to the best of their ability. Tyler and Ethan went to the deep end to find out how they trained for competitions.
The swim team is striving to do their best this season. So today, Ethan and I take a dive into their inner dynamics as a team.
Coaching the swim team means being able to set an example for these athletes, to lead by example, lead with integrity, instilling a stellar work ethic in all these athletes, being able to travel for meets and have a good time, watch a lot of the athletes get some personal best times, watch them qualify for state, getting the best work in the pool, in the weight room, being able to bring our best team to all of our meets.
Swim team is looking forward to having more kids join this year.
My expectations for the team are very high. We're striving to get better time-wise and get closer as a team. I'm hoping to go to state, hoping for our team to go to state, for our relays to go to state, and to get better times.
The swimmers have set high expectations for themselves.
Our long-term goal is to grow the size of the team, get more athletes out here in the pool. We want to take more athletes to state, start getting some more yards in the pool. The dynamics of the swim team this year are pretty killer. We've got a great group out here. Kids are excited to be out here in the pool. We've got some great leadership on the team this year, and I think it's going to take us really far.
Well, the swim team is already shaping up to have a successful season this year. If you want to keep up with their progress, go to their Instagram at WFHSSwimDive_HUSD. This is Tyler and Ethan reporting for the BHB. Now back to the studio.
That's all we have this week, Blackhawks. Have a great weekend and see you all at tonight's tailgate.
Stay tuned for our next episode and be sure to check out any old stories or segments on our YouTube channel. And a special shout out to Mr. Shields. Happy birthday.